course, the Gophers and the Bruins. Outstanding. Got a few characters in this town all of a sudden. Come on in. All right, I know he's making his way. Here he comes. The man of the moment, Mr. Todd Kirnan, Mr. Gresham. Come on over this way, buddy. Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce this wonderful man right here. You probably already know him. Hey, who knows Mr. Gresham? Let's hear it. What an outstanding day. I'd like the following people to join me up here for just a moment if we could. Could we get Judy Hahn, Gary Gaskett, and our very own Mayor Shane T. Bemis? Come on up, Mayor Bemis. And Judy Hahn, if you would. And Gary Gaskett, please. Todd, this day's all about you. Yeah, it's pretty exciting, isn't it? Yeah. Have you seen what's behind me over here, Todd?
My statue.
Your statue, that's correct. So I want to say, you notice Todd came in with the Batmobile, and if you know Todd like we do, and of course we all do, you know that those shows are real important to him, and he's got an incredible recall for everything from Batman to the A-Team to, you name it, Knight Rider and all the others. And so we wanted to make it special, Todd, so we arranged for the Batmobile to come out and pick you up this morning. How cool is that?
Cool.
Did you like it? Yeah. Quick shout out to Dave and Diana Helm, who are in Damascus. Wonderful folks. They actually loaned us that for the entire week because they're not in town. But they let my good friend Jamie Karn drive that, a retired chief of Clackamas County. Thanks for bringing out the Batmobile, and Todd, great arrival. Now, these statues you see around town, and this is one of many and another of many, and more to come as well, come from the Gresham Outdoor Public Arts from GOPA. And I'd like to bring forward now to say a few words, Judy Hahn, if you could. Judy, let's talk a little bit of GOPA and thank a few folks, would you? Judy Hahn.
Okay, let me get the right notes. Just 1 minute. Which notes do I have? What are my thank yous? Okay, just a second. I had it. Hang on. I'm there, almost there. I'm almost there. Okay, there you guys. Okay. This is so funny. First of all, I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Steve Hartman from CBS News for considering this. Okay, is that good? Okay, Steve Hartman from CBS News, thank you for considering coming out to our fair city in Gresham and for seeing what true Americana kind of looks like in our fair city. Todd is a special person. I think he's shown us a lot about who we are as people, kind of shows our humanity, gets us back talking and saying kind words. Me, hello, what do you say, Todd? You nice.
You're nice.
You nice. That's I'm you nice. And all of a sudden, I'm beautiful. But there's some people I really need to thank because this would not have happened if it wasn't for them. Heather Soderberg of Soderberg Gallery and Heart of the Gorge Bronze. Please, I hope I said that right. Her crew really spent day and night on this project, and if it wasn't for all of them, we wouldn't be standing here today. Heather has given a huge portion of this to make this possible. We are still raising funds for this, so if you have any ideas of any donation, $5,000, $5 million, we'll take it. I want to thank Mayor Bemis for helping me, guide me through this thing. This isn't my favorite subject to be up front, but I thank you all. We have a treasure here, and I think something that we all need to think about is, why do we do bronzes for dead people all the time? We have bronzes for athletes, for $1 million CEOs and all this, and we've all come together to bring a bronze to someone who has made an impact on this community, and it shows. You're all here for Todd. This is all about Todd today, and I think so we all thank you for being here. It's a special moment. It's probably the nicest bronze we'll put in here. That's so personal. It's very emotional for everybody. When Shane and I were up at the Gorge, up at the Foundry, I was talking to the gentleman up there putting it, and they said, Judy, we worked all night. I said, we're all in tears. And he goes, we were in tears too. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to make it short so we can get this thing unveiled. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. Todd, I know you just want to rip the blankets off and get looking at the statue, don't you?
Yeah.
I apologize. That's how these things work, Todd. That's probably why you don't want to be mayor. Although looking out there, you've got enough votes in this town to probably take the mayor out of the seat, but I don't want that to happen either. All right. So Todd, another very special friend of yours that we asked to say a few words is Mr. Gary Gasky. And Gary, if you'd like to come forward, we'd be honored to have you here too. Thank you, sir.
Well, I've known Todd here since I moved my office down here to Gresham, downtown Gresham.
A little closer.
Yeah. I met Todd in 1993 when I moved my office to downtown Gresham here, and we've kind of been hanging out ever since, haven't we, Todd? And we've gone to football games, concerts, Beach Boys, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of good times, and I want to thank everybody for coming. I'm sure you all know Todd and what he means to the downtown Gresham, and so that's all good. I mean, I could tell you stories and stories about Todd, but we'd be here for another couple hours. But anyway, thanks for showing up, and appreciate you all for being here.
Gary is understating the friendship and what that means to Todd, and I know what it means to this community. But Gary, you're just a shining star and a real hero, and I appreciate all you do looking out for Todd and all that you've done in this community. Thank you, sir. I will tell you a brief story about Todd because a lot of you work in this town and a lot of you use his services. And so I want to just make a comment real quick about a story. So one day I'm driving down the road and I happen to be driving a nice Lincoln suicide door convertible. And Todd has a way of suggesting things. And he says, hey, I've never ridden in one of those cars. And I kind of like, hey, I never had a statue. Well, well, buddy, these things happen. You ever win the lottery? Let's talk about how to do that. But anyway, I'm driving down and I said, hey, well, hop in. Let's go for a ride. So we started driving down the road and he says, hey, I'm hungry. I said, wow, well, let's fix that. Me too. He says, I've not been to D's forever. The home of the long burger. Well, of course it is. Let's go to D's. So we go to D's, and I step up to the counter with Todd, and he orders double bacon cheeseburger, chili cheese curly fries, and a huge milkshake. No problem. I luckily had some friends. They knew I was financing this portrait, so it was okay. I could pay for the lunch. And so Todd and I are sitting there, and the food comes, and as soon as the food hits the table, his phone rings. Now, one of you that works over here in one of these hair and nail salons calls Todd and says, Todd, I ordered a drink. It's over at Cafe Delirium. Todd hangs his phone up and says, gotta go. Which is his dedication, his commitment to you, the people of this town. I'll say, the way we handled that was I said, Todd, I know you're not union, but let me represent you for a moment. Can I have your phone back? Hit redial, and I said, ma'am, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you're after. But I said, Todd's with me at lunch right now, and he just sat down. Is there any way you could give him just a little break, and we'll get your coffee tea in a little bit? She goes, oh, my gosh, I am so sorry, of course. He never turns folks down. He is always there and willing to do whatever we need of Todd. And, Todd, you brighten everybody's day, and today is our day to brighten yours. Now, I also want to bring up a very close personal friend of Todd's. They went to school together. If you've been watching the news, you learned the story. And if you didn't know the story, then you would think these folks just met recently and became friends. But no, they've been friends a long, long, long time. And I have been amazed at watching my friends and how they've gone through navigating life together. And I've been amazed at the generosity within each of them. And I can tell you, come the holiday season, you'll never hear about it, but you'll find the mayor and Todd shopping for a new jersey for Todd. And I can tell you, our mayor picks up that tab every year. He's just a wonderful man. He does a lot for this community as well, which is why it's really cool he's here on the special day and has helped garner the support necessary for the statue. Let's bring forward Mayor Shane Bemis, if we could, please. Mayor Bemis.
All right, well, thank you all for being here today to celebrate our friend Todd. It's so great to see everybody here. What an amazing community we have. Just an absolutely amazing community. Yeah. Judy mentioned it a little bit, but as crazy as the world has gotten and everything else, these are the kind of things that people still want to do, and they still want to be together and have community, and they do it in Gresham. You do it in Gresham like nobody else, and you do it better than anybody in this country, and the rest of the country is going to be able to see Gresham and the people and what's important to us. Todd, as you know, is such an important part of this community for so many reasons. The way that you all love on him and lift him up day in and day out, 365 days a year, is absolutely amazing, and he loves it. He loves you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And he's been pretty excited about today. I told him I'd pick him up at 8:45. My phone started ringing at 6. And anybody that knows Todd knows that he is not up at 6 a.m. So he was ready to go. But Todd, we've got a couple things. When we started talking about the statue, Todd said, everybody's question was, Todd, well, what jersey are you going to be in? Because you all know that he has sometimes 3 jerseys at one time on to support everybody. So the question was pretty easy for Todd. We went back to our high school years, and it was Clyde the Glide Drexler, right? Yeah. What did I do with my phone? Well, Clyde couldn't be here because he's running a new 3-on-3 league, and he's in Europe. But he did send a letter, and I'd like to read the letter for you, Todd. Will you hold that? Thank you. Okay. Pull it up here. Okay, it says, "My friend Todd, my sincere apologies that I'm not able to be there as your city celebrates you for this amazing citizen that you are. I had previous commitments to my work with the Big Three that prevented me from coming back to the Portland area, the place that I will always call home. The place where I hold my best memories playing with the Portland Trail Blazers, and home to the very best fans in the NBA. Fans like you." Yeah. Todd, I have heard all about what you do around the city of Gresham and how much you love your community and how much they love you. I write this letter today to thank you for your service and to congratulate you on your Mr. Gresham celebration and the unveiling of your statue. I understand it features a very special jersey, and I can't wait to come visit it the next time in Gresham to see it. Until then, keep up the great work. You inspire all of us and make us very proud. With great respect, and go Blazers, sincerely, Clyde Drexler. Not quite as cool as Clyde, but I've got my own little thing to read here, Todd. This says, "City of Gresham Mayoral Proclamation. Whereas Todd Kirnan is a distinguished member of our community, and whereas Todd grew up in Gresham, attended Gresham High School, and has built a thriving delivery business in Gresham's historic downtown, and whereas Todd's amazing work ethic and positive attitude have garnered him a number of nicknames along the way, including Helpful Todd and Mr. Gresham, and whereas nobody encounters Todd without their day becoming immediately better, as he showers encouragement, tells people they are nice, and bestows upon them the playful and enduring nicknames. And whereas Todd's regular presence in downtown Gresham, coupled with his unflappably positive demeanor and community spirit, have become a part of the fabric of our community, and whereas Gresham's strong embrace and reverence for Todd speaks both to Todd's outstanding character as well as what Gresham stands for as a community, and whereas Todd's character, community spirits, and countenance merit full mayoral recognition. Now, therefore, I, Shane Bemis, Mayor of Gresham, do hereby proclaim September 26, 2018, Todd Kirnan Day in Gresham. We ask the community to join in the celebration, recognizing Todd's outstanding contribution to our community. Congratulations, buddy. Okay, all right. Now, Todd, we've got a special couple gifts for you from the high schools. Okay. So if Gresham Gophers would come forward, Todd's alma mater, I think they've got something for you. There we go. Look at this.
Oh, cool.
Look at that. Go Gophers!
Yeah,
All right, and where's Barlow? Here we go. Barlow Bruins.
I want to notice the care he took with the Gresham jersey versus what he did with the Barlow. I want to thank those students that came out this morning representing the cheer and the dance teams from Barlow and from Gresham. Go Gophers, go Bruins, we love you and thank you. Well, great representation of the schools. I know you took a Saturday off. You had one day on the calendar to do nothing, and we made something on the calendar. I've heard from your parents already. We apologize, but then again, it's all about Todd, so thank you for supporting Todd. Well, Todd, you probably know what comes next, right?
The statue?
Well, the statue.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me say a few whereases a few more times. No, I won't do that. We won't do that to you, Todd. I'm going to get out of your way because I think we're going to unveil the statue, and I think Judy and the mayor and Gary, Todd, why don't you get in there and get your hands on that? So, folks, hang on, don't take it yet. What I'd like to do is I'd like to count this down because it's kind of a big deal. Please watch the stones down below. We don't want to throw any rocks. There's glass houses around here. Please be careful. There's also tape. Let's just say that they made that thing burglar-proof. Do you not trust our police department? They're fine officers that can watch that thing overnight. While you're in downtown, also recognize the care of this city and the wonderful work that our public works folks do and the fact that several folks volunteered and cleaned off these sidewalks to get ready for today. Yeah, Steve Hartman's in town. It's a big deal. He's on the road in Gresham. But I'm telling you, we did it for you, and we did it for Todd. So, Todd, why don't you step up close? We're going to count this down from 5 if we could. So, Todd, whoa, we're showing a hand there. It's kind of like poker. Never show your hand. Here we go. I'll get out of your way here for the folks on the side. Blaze, you're in the shot too if you want. Here we go. We're going to count. Blaze is going to help me. What's that? Count down from 5. Are you ready? All right. Here we go. We're going to do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it away. Wow. Look at that, Blaze. What do you think? Wow. How cool is that? That is way cool. I know, Todd, you've got to be excited and ecstatic. Folks, he's carrying coffee, he's carrying a bag, he's doing what he does every day. He's your restaurant runner, he's your Mr. Gresham. He's Todd Kirnan, folks. That is great work. Finally, a human statue more popular than the animals. Well done, Todd. Todd, would you like to say a few words? Great. Let's get you by your statue. Over here. Right here, Todd. You stand right here next to your friend. What's great, Todd, is now guys have somebody to take a picture with too because the girls all seem to have your time. There you go, buddy.
I would like to say thank you for everyone being here for me in Gresham, and I my dad is looking up to me in heaven right now. Yeah. And I love Gresham and I love everyone here. And thank you for coming today, and thank you for supporting me. And thank you for Shane and his wife, Alex, and thank you for Crystal at Uli's, and thank you for Chrissy Farr at La Charm and her daughter, and Jessie, and everyone around here. And I love you guys.
Todd, I have no doubt your father is looking down with a huge smile on his face right now, and that's just wonderful. Folks, a couple of quick things just to tell you about this day as we're kind of not bringing this day to a close because we've got more for you, and Todd, of course, is going to be a little busy taking photos. I think you gals know what I mean. Why is it that I never see the photo on Facebook with Todd's site of him with the guy? You're with all these beautiful ladies in Gresham, but never with the mayor or me or anybody else. I don't get it. He says hi to us. He doesn't stop for a photo. All right. So there are photos available here, and we've got the Smirk photo booth, which is really cool. We got a photo booth set up right under the canopy there, and Smirk's here, which is great. We're going to do a photo booth. We've got some special surprise for you. We've got cakes, cupcakes from Sugar Cube. Sugar Cube, located right there. Thank you, Sugar Cube. Big round of applause for Sugar Cube. Thank you. We also want to thank Jazzy Bagels. Jazzy Bagels, thank you so much for what you've done for us and your contribution to the community and, of course, to the event this morning. There's also passports, folks, and the passports are available right under the canopy. They look like this. Celebrate Todd Day. There's over 20 businesses downtown Gresham participating in this to show their support for Todd. And on there, you'll find different spots where you can go and get a stamp for visiting the business. As now I opened up, I see the Off the Charts Games, Faux.com, Red Fred Collective, the Salt Dance Academy, all these things going on this morning. So please don't just leave here and go about your day. Spend a little more time, visit our shops down here, get to know Gresham, because I'm telling you, this is one hell of a town. And I am so glad that you came out this morning to be with us. Absolutely. So we're going to start this party off the right way, okay? And I just want to say, well, Alfred's over here. Jamie, thank you again for showing up, driving the Batmobile. Always find a way to get near the microphone and the camera. Okay. We're going to need a little bit of room here for Salt, because we've got the Salt Dance Academy, and they've worked out a routine. And they've worked out a routine with our very own Mr. Gresham. Todd, I understand you've got more moves than U-Haul. Is that right? You going to share them with us today? All right, so folks, we've got a little dance show going to take place for you. I don't know how much room they need, but we need a little bit of the center area maybe. Salt, let me see how much room you're going to need out there. We can get a circle around it maybe. I know we've got some cameras in the way. I see KGW's moving. Thanks for being on out here. Of course, Steve Hartman, thanks for bringing your show on the road right out here to Gresham. And let's not forget the big players in the house, MetroEast Community Media, our very own local talent, that'll film this thing at 3 a.m. So if you hear our voice then, you'll know what we're doing. You'll get to see it again. So, got a little bit of room here. These gals in the 80s, the guys. Salt Dance Academy, folks, if this looks like something you're interested in with your kids, find out about Salt Academy and talk to Harvest. I know she'd love to teach them some moves too. Todd, would you like to jump in with your group, or how does your entrance take place? I have not filled me in. Meanwhile, I'm going to turn it over because we've got Leather and Lace here playing some music with us. And so Leather and Lace playing for us this morning. Thanks for being here. We're going to turn it over to you to the stage there, and the kids will dance when they're ready. So, again, folks, thanks for coming to the unveiling of Mr. Gresham. It's not over yet. Stick around. Have a little fun. We'll make a few more announcements a little bit later. But for now, attention on the dance floor. Number 22, Clyde the Glide, Todd Kirnan.
What I like about you, you give me one night. Never wanna let you go. No, you make me feel alright. Yeah, keep on whispering in my ear. Tell me all the things that I wanna hear, 'cause it's true. That's what I like about you. 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 Hey! 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 Hey!
He goes to the post office, he gets people's mail, he takes out recycles, he does just about anything you really need him for. He's got a heart. And I think why this is so important is because in such a divisive times right now, Todd reminds us of our own humanity and what is the ordinary and what we need to get back to ordinary every day. Speaking kind, thank you, just that welcome all the time. He's interacting with people. And I think that's what, he's a reminder to us of what's good, and there's a lot of good there. I think we hear a lot about the negative. Todd reminds us that there's a whole lot of positive.
Well, I think as we started putting bronze statues in downtown, Todd kept asking when he was going to get a statue. The guide dog went in. He said, "That's cool, but when do I get my statue?" Then the heron went in, and then it was, "Mayor, I need a statue." So we just kept thinking, maybe, okay. So then we started asking the community, and the community started coming through with, donations to make it happen. And you saw today, this community really loves this guy, and nobody more fitting of the title, Mr. Gresham.
So I went to a couple different artists, and I ended up with Heather Soderbergh. I went to her and I said, "Would you consider this?" And she met Todd, and she read the story, and she said, "I'm in, Judy. I'm in." So this is what this is about. It's about doing a bronze for someone who's still with us and celebrating that, rather than somebody dying. We do so many bronzes for famous athletes that are still alive or whatever. Why not for somebody who's impacted our community and made a huge impact on our community? And Todd gives back to us more than I think we'll ever give to Todd. So a bronze is the least we can do for Todd.
I think it's an organic thing, right? And I think the community did this. I didn't do it, Judy Hahn didn't do it, the community did it, and that's what's so great about it. And when it's organic and it's natural and it's filled with love like it was today, can't beat it. I hope he knows how much everybody loves him. He does, I think, on a daily basis. But this, there's lots of parades for lots of different things and statues for lots of different people, but I couldn't think of any better parade or any better statue to celebrate than his.
Bring life to frozen ground. Something so strong would carry us away. Something so strong could carry us today. Turning in my sleep. Ooh, love can leave me cold. Taste of jealousy. It's like a lust for gold. Something so strong carry us away. Something so strong could carry us today. I'm feeling so much love. Frame me and hang me on the wall. I've seen all into the same trap. This thing is happening to us all, yeah. Something so strong.